it's Caitlyn, and this is a video I'm very excited about. I wish I had worn one of my Christmas shirts, but Cody's gonna have to do, because I'm too excited to go change before I do this video. So this is, if there is one thing that I enjoy collecting, possibly even more than DC Pops, it's the holiday Pops. Christmas just brings a smile to my face. I'm a Christmas freak. I fully accept that. I'm fine with it. I am perfectly fine with that. I've actually toned down my decorating from last year. There's going to be a decorating video up sometime. I don't know if it's before or after. I want this video to go up December 1st, so we'll see if it's before or after this. But the decorations came up about a week into November. Couldn't wait any longer. But yeah, I'm a huge Christmas freak, and one of the things I loved the most as a kid were the classic Christmas cartoons. So, Santa Claus is coming to town, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Little Drummer Boy, just so many awesome, cute cartoons. Now, this has nothing to do with the list, but I will ask you guys this question, because I remember, I haven't tried recently, but I tried a couple years ago to find the name of one of those old cartoons that's not really aired anymore. So maybe one of y'all know it. It was about a little blind shepherd boy who lived in an orphanage run by nuns. And he was bullied because of his disability and his, I don't know, I guess his love for the sheep or whatever. But I remember loving that cartoon so freaking much. But I don't know what the hell happened to it. I don't think they show the religious ones anymore, but I just couldn't find it at all. So if one of y'all know the name of it, or anywhere I could rewatch it just for nostalgia reasons, please let me know. Or at least the name of it, because I want to know. But anyway, to the list. So I have one honorable mention, and then everything else is either from those old cartoons or they're associated with it in some way. Okay? So the first the honorable mention is I want Funko Pops from Disney's Christmas Carol. I love that. I know people like the Muppets version. I personally don't really like the Muppets because I don't really like puppets that much. Some puppets are okay, and I remember watching the Muppets Babies cartoon. That's fine, but and I'm okay with Sesame Street. I don't watch it anymore like a certain somebody, but I remember being cool with Sesame Street, but I just never really liked the puppets for the Muppets very much, except Kermit and Miss Piggy. I like them, but Disney's Christmas Carol is what I grew up watching over and over again. Every year I would watch it, still do. And I think it would just be cute. And we have, they made Scrooge its own Disney character after that. So it was successful, very successful. So I think if we had like Goofy as Jacob Marley, and then Mickey with his son Tiny Tim, I just think it would be very, very cute. And I would love it, having the ghost, maybe like a ghost 3-pack with the Jiminy Cricket and I forget the guy who played the Ghost of Christmas Present. And I think it was Pete that played the Ghost of Christmas. Yeah, it was Pete that played the Ghost of Christmas Future. If they made those into a 3-pack, I think it would be awesome. But that's the honorable mention. All the rest of them are from the stop motion cartoons. So number 5 would be Clarice. Why the hell didn't we get a Clarice Pop when they made the Rudolph the Reindeer Pops all those years ago? I don't know. We got the stupid polka dotted elephant, which the Island of Misfit Toys should have been represented, I agree. Why the elephant? I don't know. But anyway, I really wish they would make Clarice, but the way I would want them to do it is take that old mold for Rudolph and add a bow onto it. Pretty much. That way she would match the rest of the set. I've been saying for a while that it would be cool to see Rudolph made again into a more modern style with the star inside of Snowflake on his hoof. If they did that and then made Clarice in a more modern style to match him, then I'd be okay. But I really just want a Clarice to match my Rudolph Pop, is what I want. I think it's stupid that they didn't make her. She is a main character in that series. I don't know why they didn't just make her, but whatever. Now, the second one, or the number 4, I should say, I think I got the reindeer right. I want Santa on Blitzen from The Year Without Santa Claus. The Year Without Santa Claus is relatable, especially as an adult watching it. I mean, it's enjoyable for kids, but it's relatable as an adult because there's always been that one year, at least, where you're like, I'm not really feeling Christmas this year. And that's how Santa feels. He wants to take the year off. He doesn't want to be Santa, pretty much. He's not feeling that well. No one believes in him. He's just having a really rough holiday season, and he just doesn't want to do Christmas. And I feel like everyone's had that feeling every now and then. I know I did when I was a teenager. I grew out of it. There's actually a story of why I grew out of it, but we're not going there today. But in that story, in that cartoon, Mrs. Claus sends two of the elves and Vixen, who is actually a baby reindeer in this version, down to Earth to find people who believe in Santa, who have Christmas cheer, to try and get Santa's spirits up before Christmas. And Vixen gets sick. She's too young. She can't really do well in warm weather. And so when Santa hears about this, he gets on a reindeer, and again, I think it was Blitzen, and he goes down to find Vixen to bring her back home safely. I always love that scene. I don't know why, but the idea of Santa riding a reindeer like a horse has always just been fun to me. I always remember that scene very well. Like the scene where the two elves are on the little reindeer are cute, and they could definitely make that into a pop as well. Jingle and Jingle, I think it was. Definitely be cute, and I honestly think it would be very possible. But personally, I just want to see Santa on Blitzen, and hopefully I'm got the reindeer right. I think it was Blitzen, but I just think it would be very, very cute. Number 3, Jack Frost. Now, Jack Frost was one I didn't watch very often because I never liked the end of it. The end of it, he falls in love with this human girl. He gets this pretty much magic pass almost to become human enough to interact with her for a little bit. But then at the end of it, he has to go back to being the spirit of winter. He can't be with her. So I've always found the ending of it to be like super sad. So it wasn't one of my favorites growing up. But I think, especially since they made the Jack Frost Joker, and someone, was it Jay Lee, I think, said it looked more like Snow Miser than Jack Frost. I kind of agree with that. But, you can definitely see Snow Miser. But ever since they made that Jack Frost Joker this year, I think it'd be really cool just to have a Jack Frost pop of himself. And I think it would work. I mean, Jack Frost, very recognizable from those old cartoons. I believe the style, if I remember correctly, changed from the actual Jack Frost cartoon to the cartoon I'm going to mention later on. But it was still very recognizable. And they would also have an opportunity for a chase with this pop, because again, he was human for a little bit. If they made the chase pop human, that would be really cool. I wouldn't want them to do it the other way around, though. Don't make the human version of Jack the common and then make the actual version of Jack the chase. No. But the human version of Jack, I think it would be really cool as a chase. Number 2. I really just want one pop, but it'd be really cool if they made it into a 2-pack. So Frosty the Snowman. Why the hell haven't we gotten this one? Now, this one wasn't a stop motion cartoon, but again, he was in the cartoon I'm going to mention later, along with Jack again. But so there was Frosty the Snowman, and then there was like Frosty Returns or something like that, where he had a wife, Crystal. I think it would be really cool to see these characters in pop form. Would it be kind of plain? It's just a snowman. Yeah, that's why I think Crystal needs to be there. Crystal is more distinct. Usually when you see a snowman, yeah, they have a carrot nose maybe instead of a button nose like Frosty. But other than that, they all look pretty much exactly the same as any other snowman. But Crystal would look different with her little apron and dress and hair. It'd be really cool, especially if she was holding the little flowers that brings her to life. I just think it would be very, very cute. And again, why? I think they made some sort of little game this year for Frosty the Snowman, so we know the license is there. The connection is there somewhere for Funko. And I honestly think it's the fact that Frosty would just look like a regular snowman. It would be hard to make it look like Frosty. And that's why I think Crystal needs to be there. I think that's why they're not doing it, because they're afraid to look too plain. But again, put in a 2-pack with his wife, definitely there. And honestly, I think even if it was just him and it looked plain, the name Frosty the Snowman on the box, I think people would buy that without a doubt. I know sure as crap I would. Number 1. And for the record, I wish all characters from this movie were made into Pops, not just this one. This was the ultimate Christmas crossover movie for the old stop-motion cartoons. You had Rudolph, you had Frosty, you had Crystal, you had Frosty and Crystal's kids, you had Jack Frost, you had Big Ben, you had Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus. Like, oh my gosh, the amount of characters within this movie. You had an evil reindeer. You had a freaking genie. You had a freaking entire circus in this movie. I absolutely love Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. That is the best of the stop motion. I don't care if it takes place during the 4th of July. I don't care. It's Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July, and if you have not watched that movie, I know I'm not one to talk, but you need to watch it. Especially for the villain, Winterbolt. Winterbolt is the coolest villain from nearly any show I watched as a kid. I love this. The manipulation, I just love him so much. I can't even talk. I don't know why. The style of this character, the different ways that he acts towards the other characters, again, the way he manipulates them, and all the tools that he has at his disposal, all the power that he has. I love him. I love him so, so much. So basically the story goes, he was the only ruler of winter. Aurora Borealis, who is another character from this movie that, yes please, needs to be made into a pop. But Aurora Borealis pretty much puts him in a curse, a sleep, to keep him from taking over. And unfortunately, nothing lasts forever. That's like the recurring theme throughout this movie. So eventually, her magic fades, his is awoken again, and he starts trying to figure out a way to get rid of Christmas and Santa and just take over everything for himself. And I love this. So they could do a lot of different things with Winterbolt. Winterbolt has a sleigh very similar to Santa's, only it's piloted by snakes instead of reindeer. Having that as a rides would be awesome. Having a chase figure of, you know what, I'm not going to say that in case someone actually hasn't watched this and needs to watch it. But how he ends up being in the end, a chase of that, would be amazing. To be honest, when you watch the ending and you figure out how he's defeated, as a kid you're like, oh nice, the villain's gone, the hero's won. But in the adult you're like, really, that's all it took? All this and that's all it took? But it's still kind of cool what happens to him at school. And still to this day, what happens to him, like how he's defeated, like how he's defeated is boring, but what happens after he's defeated, it still gives me chills. I don't know why, but it does. It used to like give me so many chills. Like it almost scared me as a kid, but I love it. I love it, love it, love it. But they could do the chase, and also they could do like a mini pop with Scratcher, the evil reindeer, in that as well. I just think it would be really cool. So let me know what you guys think of this want list. if there's any holiday characters that you would want as Pops. I tried to stay away from, like, obviously Disney. It's Goofy as Jacob Marley. But for the most part, I tried to stay away from holiday versions of classic characters that we already have Pops for. Which is why I mainly focused on the stop-motion cartoons. They're classic, and they need more acknowledgement because they're not dead. We need to keep this on for multiple generations to come. But let me know what you guys think about this. What was your favorite of the stop-motion cartoons? Again, mine was definitely Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. I love all of them, pretty much, but that one was definitely my favorite just because you had so many different characters come in, and it was amazing. And again, I honestly really love Aurora Borealis. Also, I don't know why, I was like captive. It was like I was with Storm as a kid from X-Men the Animated Series. I was just as captivated by her as I was by Storm. I don't know why, but I was. But Winterbolt, awesome villain. Awesome villain. But yeah, let me know what your favorite was and what character you want to see the most from that stop motion cartoon, because I could have made a top 20 list probably. But anyway, guys, hope you all enjoy the rest of December. If you guys are interested in checking out Tylock's Homespun Happy Hour every Monday, every Monday in December, I will be giving away one resin magnet, Christmas themed resin magnet, all of December long. So you guys can go over there, check us out, and hopefully maybe win a magnet. Because I'm sure it's going to be a fun month. And hopefully, since it's mainly Christmas themed, I can... No, there's plenty of Christmas movies I've never seen, so I probably still won't stand a chance on the Cahoots. But I'll try my best. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys want for... I had it all written out here. Let me know what you guys would like for holiday pops in the future, maybe next year, hopefully. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. And remember, guys, like always, it's a community, not a competition. I'll see y'all later, guys. Bye.